When I was younger, I was a happy guy. Always looked at the bright side of things. I thought I had everything pretty well. It was all okay until one day I fell in love with a hot mama. She looked like the most prettiest thing I had ever laid eyes on. Beautiful, curly golden brown hair, light brown skin. I had approached this angelic being in high hopes that she'd be shocked and intrigued that I was talking to her. She most definitely was shocked. Not so much on the happy or excited part. Later that day, to look in the mirror was not a pleasant sight. I tried to figure out what was wrong with me. It actually didn't take much thought. I smelled like body odor, and last, I was really short and very fat. I knew I wasn't the guy most girls would find attractive. Something needed to happen. I needed to get more handsome. I needed to become prettier. I needed to change. I decided enough was enough. I could see the anxiousness in Pop's eyes when he would look at me, knowing that I would probably give up and get out of this phase that I was going through. Every day I would rush home to eat a small healthy meal and try to run on the elliptical for at least 30 minutes to an hour. After, I tried to do push-ups as best as I could, but I had no energy. Week after week after week, doing the same thing over and over again, I was not seeing results, just a fat, sweaty body. I became so frustrated with myself. I pushed harder and harder on that machine and came to realize it was getting nowhere. I decided to give up. Days seemed to become a lot longer, darker, and drowsier. Friends started to notice how distant I became. I became so upset with myself. I started to eat unhealthy again. Old habits became new habits again, but even worse. I saw my pops and looked at how strong he was, how healthy he was. "How do you do it, Dad? How are you in such good shape and it looks so easy for you?" My pops chuckled and replied with, "Son, I have not always looked this good, and it is definitely not easy. There are times where I doubt myself. Times where I'm not feeling it at the gym, and times where I feel like giving up. There are days where you're going to feel like the biggest piece of crap in this world. But you know what? You have to believe in yourself. You have to look in that mirror and love yourself first before you can ever change. Without loving yourself, who else would you have to motivate you?" It was at that moment where I dropped my bag of hot Cheetos, ran to the garage, and said, "You're worth it, John. You're gonna be an animal." I started pumping out 150 push-ups a day. I looked at myself and I was proud. I was proud of the mindset Pops helped me gain. He was my motivator, he cooked me meals, he made my shakes, and gave me a plan. Pops was my helper, Pops was my hero. Years later, here I am, 18 years old, in the best shape I've ever been in. I can curl 110 pounds on a barbell. I feel alive. I feel amazing. Days go by, I hardly ever miss the gym. I have a great group of friends. I have the most amazing, most beautiful girlfriend I could ever ask for. Sometimes I have to contemplate whether I'm in actual reality. I never did get that girl, nor did I actually ever talk to her since that day. I was too good for her. I looked in the mirror and told myself, I don't need anyone who doesn't need me. I realized if someone can't accept me for who I am, then they don't deserve me at all. I realized and accepted the fact that I am good enough.